Well, g'day trendsetters. I just came across an article or a news item or whatever you want to call it on the mainstream legacy BS media. New South Wales Government to end rental bidding by Christmas. They don't want people bidding for rental properties. Now, why are people bidding for rental properties? Because you regulated the shit out of the industry until there was a shortage. No one wants to be a landlord anymore. There's more and more tenants because you've made everyone poorer with your inflation. You've printed the money and destroyed the economy. And now you don't like it when there's a shortage and people are bidding for properties. Now, how else? So they're going to, let's have a listen and I'll criticise this wanker as we go, okay?
This article overnight from the Daily Telegraph found that 83% of the agents that they spoke to were admitting to or even encouraging rent bidding. So
it's a crime now. They've admitted it. This central planner fuckwit. I mean, have a look at the haircut for a start. It's just, may as well make it purple by the look of this.
It is a very widespread practice in some areas, and increasingly the more...
We need to stamp out this widespread practice. We can't have these people operating in a free market.
Gets a light shone on it, the extent to which it's happening is becoming more and more apparent. This is a symptom of a broken system, so it is very good to regulate it directly. And when we talk about directly regulating rent bidding, we need to make sure that it addresses both forms of rent bidding. So where the agent is the person initiating and encouraging it almost explicitly.
Here we go. Let's go after the agents.
And also where...
They're all used car salesmen, snake oil salesmen, crooked as a dog's hind leg, and we're going to decide how it goes now because we're all just and civilised.
It's more implicit, where it's more hidden, and people are made aware that if they don't make an offer, then they might be missing out.
So how are you going to control that, mate? If you make someone aware, well, you're going to have to make an offer because there's a lot of people interested. Eh? You've never worked in sales, have you, fuckwit? How are you going to control that? You got to put a recording device on everybody? You'd like to, wouldn't you, mate?
That's harder to track, but we need to do both. So we need to do things like prevent the advertisement of a range of rents, prevent the advertisement of offers above, that kind of language. But we're
going to control the narrative. We're going to pass some legislation and try and tell you what to say.
We need to look at ensuring that rents cannot be higher than the advertised price.
Oh no, you can't sell it for higher than, or rent it for higher than the advertised price. Unless it's your house, buddy, isn't it? That you're selling, you don't mind if they bid it above, do you?
So that we really put an end to that kind of wink and a nod style of encouraging rent bidding.
Oh yes, we can't have that wink and a nod style. We have to run it through the bureaucracy and have it all approved by the minions.
Which it doesn't yet sound like this legislation will track, and hasn't happened in Queensland, Victoria, Tasmania, the other jurisdictions that have attempted to end rent bidding and where rent bidding appears to continue. It is very difficult at the moment. We know vacancy rates are below 1% in every major market, even sub-markets within the city, some places that usually have a little bit more availability. That's mostly at the higher end where it's already much more expensive. But it is a very tough time. We're hearing from people, instead of putting in what was an average of about 3 applications before you find a place about 5 years ago, according to Choice, we're hearing routinely from people putting in 20, 50. I've heard from people more than 100 applications and still being unsuccessful and coming to the end of their previous tenancy and having nowhere else to go. And that fear, that worry, is what's really driving the desperation that's pushing up prices so quickly and encouraging things like rent bidding.
And we can't have it. And how come 5 years ago you could apply for 3 properties and get one of them, and now you can apply for 50 and not get any? Because of a government-driven shortage. They introduced so much regulation They told tenants they didn't have to pay their mortgage, pay their rent when they shut the world down. It's all driven by these minions, and now they're trying to make up another solution that won't work. That'll cause more shortages and more chaos in the markets. Bring it on, mate. This is just part of the chaos, I'm sure. Just bring it on and see how it works. Just see how it goes for you. Soon you won't be able to advertise for fear of crossing some line or being fined by these wankers. See you on the next one, guys.